The quiet removal of Prince Andrew's title has sent shockwaves through the royal establishment, but not just for the disgraced Duke himself. It has also cast a long, ominous shadow over Harry and Meghan, the self-exiled Duke and Duchess of Sussex. As King Charles and Prince William tighten their grip on the monarchy, one question hangs heavy over the House of Windsor: who's next? Prince Andrew's downfall has been a slow-motion collapse. Years of scandal, his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, the civil sexual assault case, and his spectacular retreat from public life culminated in the palace finally stripping him of his Duke of York title. It was decisive. It was overdue. And most importantly, it signaled a new, colder royal strategy: titles are no longer untouchable. This is precisely why Harry and Meghan should be nervous. For years, they've enjoyed the privileges of royal titles while openly trashing the institution that gave them those titles in the first place. They left royal duties, moved across the Atlantic, signed lucrative media deals, and launched a relentless public campaign positioning themselves as victims of the very crown they once swore to serve. And yet, despite their attacks, they continue to cling to their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles like a safety net, a royal badge they use when it suits their narrative. But with Andrew now stripped of his title, the moral and symbolic barrier that once protected the Sussexes has cracked. The palace has shown it can act when a royal's conduct threatens the image of the crown. If Andrew, the Queen's beloved son, can lose his title after years of scandal, what makes Harry and Meghan think they're untouchable? King Charles has long been known for his careful, cautious approach. But this decision reveals a tougher, more pragmatic monarch emerging. Together with Prince William, who has made no secret of his frustration with royal freeloaders and internal saboteurs, Charles is sending a clear message: the monarchy will no longer tolerate those who damage its reputation while still benefiting from its status. Andrew was the first domino. The Sussexes may very well be next. Let's be blunt, the Sussex brand thrives on the credibility that comes with their titles. Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, are not just names, they're lucrative brands, central to their media contracts, their public profiles, and their ability to command attention. Without those titles, they're simply celebrities with a complicated past, not members of the royal firm with historic weight behind their names. For years, Harry and Meghan have tried to have it both ways, rejecting the responsibilities of royal life while milking the prestige it gives them. They criticize the monarchy's traditions, accuse unnamed royals of racism, and monetize their grievances, all while expecting the world to address them with royal honorifics. It's hypocrisy of the highest order, and the stripping of Andrew's titles puts that hypocrisy under a spotlight brighter than ever. William's influence here cannot be understated. He is widely believed to have pushed hard for Andrew's titles to be removed, signaling a generational shift in how royal missteps are handled. He doesn't want a bloated, scandal-ridden monarchy when it's his turn to reign. He wants a leaner, cleaner royal household, and Harry and Meghan, with their endless complaints and commercial ventures, are clearly on the wrong side of that vision. There's also the political calculus. Andrew's disgrace has been a festering wound for the monarchy. Removing his title was a necessary amputation to stop the infection from spreading. Similarly, the Sussex saga has become an ongoing irritant, constantly drawing headlines that undermine royal dignity. Charles and William may not act immediately, but they've shown they can act, and that sets a precedent that should have the Sussex camp deeply unsettled. If anything, Harry and Meghan's situation is arguably more precarious than Andrew's. Andrew was scandalized by association and legal action. He has since disappeared from public life. The Sussexes, on the other hand, continue to make themselves the story, constantly inserting their grievances into the global conversation. They're not quietly fading, they're loudly antagonizing. And in doing so, they're testing the palace's patience with every interview, podcast, and Netflix appearance. Removing their titles wouldn't just be punitive, it would be strategic. It would sever the Sussexes from the monarchy they claim to despise, while cutting off their ability to exploit those titles for personal gain. It would also send a powerful message to future royals: the institution comes first, not the individual egos within it. Of course, stripping titles is not a decision made lightly. The monarchy operates on precedent, symbolism, and constitutional caution. But Andrew's case shattered the illusion that bloodline guarantees permanent privilege. If the king can approve the removal of his own brother's title, he can certainly do the same to his younger son and daughter-in-law, especially if their actions continue to undermine the very crown they once served. And make no mistake, William is watching. His increasing influence within the institution is evident. He is already shaping decisions, preparing the ground for his future reign. He's not the passive prince of yesterday, he's the strategist of tomorrow. And in that future, there seems to be little space for wayward royals who act like activists on weekdays and dukes on weekends. Harry and Meghan should indeed be sweating. The royal family has drawn blood. Titles can be stripped. Status can be revoked. And once the palace decides it's time, it happens quietly, decisively, and without sentiment. Andrew learned that the hard way.